Good evening, horse racing fans, and welcome back to the channel. We are on the eve of the Ebor meeting, 4 days of top quality action. I'll be there on the Friday. As you can see behind me, my shirt has already been ironed. I am pressed and ready to go for York on the Friday. Pretty forward to hopefully be seeing a clash between Trushan and Stradivarius. That should be a good race in the Group 2. The Jim Crackwell Godolphin have their hype horse of the season. Be interested to see if he turns up and how he gets on. And also the big race of the day, the Nunthorpe, which is always a very good race. I'd be pretty excited to see how good Royal Acclaim is, see if she can make it 4 winners from 4, but that's a long way away as well. I should mention I've got a pretty strong fancy in the Ebor itself, so you don't want to miss my video for the Saturday, so do make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss that video. But we'll bang on with Wednesday's action. We'll start off with an uber competitive handicap over the 5 furlongs, 22 horses. Favourite is Dakota Gold, looking to make it 7 wins at York. Talking about a course specialist, he absolutely loves it. It must be the Yorkshire for trainer Michael Dodds. Connor Beasley gets on so well with the horse. They're definitely going to be right up there early on, flashing pace. They have form over 6 furlongs and 5 furlongs as well, so I think Connor Beasley will be looking to draw this one out, hopefully take some of the fast finishing sting out of some of the other horses and grind them into submission from the front. He definitely has a chance. Stall 21, well, High Jaws were favoured last time at York, if I seem to remember. The winners seem to come from medium to high numbers. That could be completely different today, depends on the ground, the pace, so many factors. You just need to make a note of it throughout the week, what the trends are, and follow them blindly sometimes, because at York the track bias can be quite significant for what looks like a pretty even straight 5 furlongs. As I said, Dakota Gold is the favourite at 9 to 1 though. That just shows how competitive the race is. You could even go each way on the favourite. Can't do that in many races these days, especially with these bookies. Not giving the most generous of prices, I find, in the past couple of weeks. But again, I'd be surprised if this horse was to not be there or thereabouts come the finish. Handicapped a mark of 102. He's been higher than that in the past. The penultimate run at Newcastle was a very good one. Might have been inconvenienced by the small field last time out at Ripon. Maybe the track didn't suit. A flatter 5 furlongs will definitely suit a cavalry charge, and I think this horse will be there or thereabouts, but it's not the horse I'm going to be siding with. The one I actually am going to have a little bit of money is further down in the weights. Horse number 21, sneaking in off a mark of 91, Count d'Orsay, Tim Easterby train. Now he's run quite a few in this. It's almost like a Gordon Elliott in a handicap. He's got a mob hand of runners, but I just think this one could be well handicapped. He's got a mixed record at York, but he can run a scorcher, and he's run blinders here in the past. Especially, you have to go back a few years, but he was second on soft ground off a mark of 99, and he's been up to a mark of 96 in the last couple of runs, and his mark is starting to ease. It was a decent enough run at Ascot. He wasn't beaten too far at the end of the day. Maybe it was a little bit too stiff, the Ascot finish run. Got a little bit tired late home. Wasn't the usual jockey on board as well, so that could be a factor in slightly underperforming. But if you look at some of the horses in that race, Manakan, Judicial, Lampang, they're the top 3. That's a solid race. Wasn't beaten too far, and he's been hovering around a 95 rated horse quite a while. Dropped £3 by the handicapper. He must want to have a few quid on him today, definitely, because wasn't worth being dropped £3 for that run. He's run well at York before over 6 furlongs the last time he was here. His finishing position 13th of 22, I should say. It doesn't suggest it was a great run, but he was backing up on a quick turnaround after running at Chester, so there is excuses for that. David Allen, he's drawn stall 20 as well, which I'm hoping the pace from Dakota Gold can be the key angle in this race. David Allen can just get a nice posse on board Count d'Orsay, hopefully pick them off later. Sky go in 7 places. Do make sure to shop around for value of course, and I think that could be a decent bet at a juicy price to start off the meeting. Next up is the ACOM Stakes Group 3 Action Local Dynasty is the favourite. Now, he won pretty impressively at Newmarket. I was quite excited by that, but I just can't look past the form of Chaldine, who Andrew Baldwin trained, was 5th at Newbury on debut. It was not the strongest race of all time. There were some exciting newcomers, and the horse that won it already had 2 starts under his belt, the Richard Hannon trained Seductive Power. So I think that was a decent enough for us. Stepped up to 7 furlongs at Newbury again, and he was pretty impressive. He won only by half a length at the end of the day, but you can mark up that winning margin. He did it quite comfortably. I think definitely caught the eye straight in my tracker, and he's out for the first time since then. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all won since. That form has worked out pretty well. Pulled a decent way clear of the 5th, which was a John Gosden trained horse that has disappointed since, but did run quite soon after that one, so that might have excuses as well. But the form of the 2nd, 3rd, or the 4th is pretty hot. It's a marked step up in in quality, in good, I should say, up to Group 3 level from a Class 4. But I think this horse is one that's improving. Bred out of Frankel, cost 550,000 guineas as a foal. Some people think that means a lot, some people don't, but the price tag is there, the breeding is there, and the substance on the track is there. All of them three combined 6-1 looks a pretty solid bet for me. I'll be taking on the Godolphin horse in that race. I won't be doing it in the race after, in the Great Voltage yet. I think Secret State is perhaps a Group 1 horse in time. 9-4 in the market, is looking to make it 5 wins in a row. I think he can do that. He's only got an official rating of 107, which is a little bit below some of the horses in the race. Al Kahil or Aikal, I'm not sure, he's trained by Aidan O'Brien, was sent off 20-1 and won by 5 lengths in a Group 3 last time out. It wasn't the strongest race, and I'm going to take that form with a pinch of salt. But going back to Secret State, he's been impressive in all his runs. He won at Ascot in a pretty strong handicap, had a nice run up the inside and just got up there, was sent off 4-1. That was off a mark of 93. Beat Dover Legend here, who reopposes. The run-off level weights today. In the past, Secret State gave that horse £4 and a beating, so you'd be surprised if the form turned around from there. And he was arguably even better at Goodwood. I don't think the track suited too much that day, and as much as I was happy for this horse to win, I did tip up the second at 18-1, so it was a little bit annoying, but this horse was much the best horse, I'll have to admit. Was running around all over the place in the final furlong. Maybe Goodwood had a bit too much up and down and twisty turning for this horse. York, flat track, flat as a pancake, won't be a problem. He, as I said, he might be quite inexperienced. He doesn't look the most straightforward ride on the track. He was keen at Ascot, he was hanging left, hanging right at Goodwood, but I think York is an easy enough track. He's now on his 6th career run, so I think we're going to see a polished version of Secret State, and that might be enough for the son of Dabawi to win at 9-4 and win his first group race. On to the big one, Judamont International by 4-9. To be honest, this is probably the biggest price he's going to be sent off in a long time, depending on how many runs he does have left. He hasn't been sent off much shorter than 4-9 in his last couple of runs, that for sure. He was very good at Goodwood, did it cosily in the end of the day, but I just got a feeling Native Trail, I've been kind of writing him off all season, saying he's not improving. Was a pretty good third at Sandown. Before that one at the Curragh, probably wasn't too impressive, but I think stepping up to 1 mile 2 furlongs suits this horse. He was only half a length behind Verdini, a neck behind Mishriff, who reopposes. Had a bit of time off since then, a 3-year-old. I think he might have developed a lot in the time since his last run. He last ran in July, so it's been quite a while since then, over a month or so, and I just think we're going to see a better Native Trail. William Buick has been quite bullish in his comments. York, like Secret State, the track is definitely going to suit, and you just can't write off a Charlie Appleby trained horse this season at all. So Native Trail, it might be one for the forecast behind Baaeed. I'm hoping that Baaeed just goes and absolutely gomps up and you can get excited about him. I haven't been too excited about him, even though he's gone and won, is it 8 or 9 in a row? He just does it and does it well. A little bit like Honeysuckle, maybe a little bit uninspiring at times, but definitely a good horse. You'd like to see him keep his unbeaten run and blow these away, to be honest. Native Trail might be the one for the forecast between the first and the second. We're going to move on to the final race that I'm going to talk about, and that's going to be the 10 past 4. Alfred Butcher is a horse that I quite like. 7-1 in the market, sitting at about 4th favourite at the minute. And again, do make sure to look out for prices. William Buick, again, I'm going to put my faith in Buick on the Wednesday. Hopefully he doesn't let me down. But this horse has run some pretty good races. I like the form on his penultimate run behind Soapy Stevens, I should say. Got within a length and a half of this horse, I should say, at Chester. Wasn't expected to. Was sent off 25-1 and might have come from a little bit too far back as well. Franny Norton won on Soapy Stevens, rode the track very well that day, and this horse is better off in the weights after that, and it was another very good second at Chester when Benoit de la Sayette rode him, just touched off by another Ian Williams horse and some pretty decent horses in behind. The form has been flanked since. Of course, it's a very different track going from Chester to York, but Ascot, you can draw similarities there with the stiff finish and relatively flat throughout. So I think that form, he's run well at Ascot, he can run well at York. He's also run at York before. He probably underperformed. This was way back then when he ran over a mile. He's running over 2 miles today, but I just think he's a nice progressive stayer. He isn't too exposed in the staying ranks, just a couple of runs over 2 miles. I think he's unexposed, open to improvement. He's rated 96 and he probably could be a little bit better than that in time, although I think the favourite Master Milliner is also a well handicapped one and probably going to be hard to beat, just up a couple of pounds from his recent effort. But that's for me, Alfred Butcher, in the last race that I'll be talking through today. So thanks a lot for watching. Let me know your naps in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, comment, do anything that you want to on the videos. Spread them to your mates, that would be much appreciated. Hopefully we'll have a few winners, and I'll be back this time tomorrow with some tips for Thursday. So thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you're new, as I said, and I'll see you tomorrow.